I'm just walking away from the truck. Just walking away. I had to walk. You ever have to walk away from something that aggravates you so much that, well, not my truck. The truck did not aggravate me, but what's behind my truck actually, for the last 20 hours, has been aggravating me. I've been backed into that door right there. It's been insane. I'll tell you about it in a second. After I welcome you to another daily vlog, a vlog that happens sometimes daily from beautiful warehouse district in some town, Minnesota. I don't know. I know there's a fair down there. Just because I flew my drone last night, or yesterday, when I first parked. Well, you guys will see it in this video. I got some footage. And I flew over some pretty awesome looking lakes and way down the road to the fair. Yeah, my trailer. This is the trailer I picked up yesterday in Minnesota, or in Minneapolis area. Got here to get loaded at like 6 o'clock last night. Reefer wouldn't fire up. I picked up a dead trailer, and these guys all wanted to go home, so I pretty much got stuck here all night long. They said, look, if you can get it running, just back into the door, we'll load it in the morning. Even though we're not coming in, we'll send somebody in to try it out. So I got it fired up. I just hooked jumper cables up to it and kind of rigged everything up to be able to get to the reefer unit. And I got it started. It took about 15 hours maybe. That battery was dead. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't have access to spare batteries and stuff like that, so I just jumper cables, and it was dead. Man, was it dead. But it's going, so fingers crossed it's going to keep going all the way back to Ohio. There's a couple things I do want to see today. I'm hoping that I can show you guys, once I leave here, some Minnesota awesomeness. Just in case my company sees this, it is working now. Whoa, that's freaking nice. Oh, it's a Pelican too. How much was that? It holds ice. It holds a little more than ice.
Holds some whiskey and some icy.
Dude, check out these tires.
These ones I can stud up. I got racks for it. I'm gonna bike the Superior Trail, I think, from Canada.
Yeah, I did the Pacific Crest Trail when I was younger.
Really? You hiked it?
Yeah. Started in South California and the border, and then just went up. I didn't make it that far. I made it up to Lassen County in Northern California.
And then you just quit there.
Yeah. But I'm a quitter.
When that piece of paper and I'll plug in.
Be careful where you walk. He's tearing up the floor. So this is what's going on right now. This dude just quit working here. He loaded me and quit. He has a van. He is getting ready to move into it and start his own YouTube channel and just travel around the country, I guess mostly out west, and just mountain bike and live in a van. And I should have been recording the whole conversation the whole time, but he said, dude, you need to come over and look at my bikes and stuff. This is what I just did. My boss just came in, I quit, and I'm selling this and buying a little bit bigger van, and I'm just going to travel the country and try and live off of a YouTube channel. So he's going to give me his information, so when he starts his YouTube channel, I'm going to be able to find it. It's great. I mean, I wish I could do that. I wish I could just be carefree, footloose, like I used to be when I was their age, instead of having to become an adult and do this stuff right here. But the good thing about my job is I can kind of do what he's doing, still make a living, and live the adult life and still the kid life, I guess, right? When you get to a certain age, you just can't do this shit or stuff anymore. Sorry guys, didn't mean the S word. But yeah, you can't do that anymore. And that's why I have to live the adult lifestyle and kind of split it up. This dude here, he's going for it, man. Going for it.
Trying.
It's a little windy that way. We've been talking for like an hour. I got his contact info. So I kind of explained to him. I mean, I'm not good at I'm not good at YouTube. I'm not good at generating revenue or ways to make money. I mean, I know people that do it and how they make money, but because I don't try and make a living off of video or websites and stuff like that so much, I don't focus on that. Plus, like I said, I'm too old. People like my age don't get to actually do stuff like that. You know, if I would have started YouTube and working off the internet years ago, my life would be different. Well, I mean, I don't know how much different, but it would be different a little. But I mean, I know the process of what you're supposed to do. I know how to do it. I just don't know how to implement it. But I was telling him, because he's kind of like a stoner, Northwest mountain biker type guy, snowboarder dude. So it's like he doesn't have any social media, doesn't have anything, but he's planning on just living in a van, taking off and living in a van, traveling across the country. And I've watched people that do that. I've seen a couple people on YouTube that live that way. You know, they'll start out up here and maybe they'll go down to Mexico and check out Mexico, and they'll generate revenue by stopping at restaurants and washing dishes or something. And nowadays the internet is kind of the trying to find a local restaurant to wash dishes at to get your food type thing, right? So instead of making money by doing chores and saying, hey, you know, for a burrito I'll do dishes for an hour, you don't have to do that anymore. Now you could do this. And so I was giving him a little bit of advice. He gave me some info, I gave him my info. So it sounds, I think it would be a great channel if he would have started shooting video now, where he just quit his job. And the owner of the place here where I got loaded at was really cool with the dude. He goes, all right, man, go do your thing. If you ever need to come back, you can come back, type thing. You know, never burning any bridges. And I think it would be cool if he started that right off the bat and then goes into the preparation part of it, and then just taking off and seeing the country in a van. So I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to check it out. Anyway, I'm not going to do that just yet, though, because at the moment I'm loaded. I got to do my computer work real fast, slide my axles, and head back to Ohio. Back out on the road. Let's see what we can find. Enough about worrying about other people getting ready to go enjoy their lives. Let's see how I can enjoy mine. So this is Howard Lake, Minnesota. Yesterday when I was coming through here, I seen some stuff I really want to document. I'm just hoping I could find a place to pull over. It's really hard in some of these small hometown USA, Main Street USA type towns. But I think I'm going to be able to. Whoa, look at that liquor. That's a liquor store. Okay, so right when you get out of town and you just kind of come just a little ways down the road, there was some pretty amazing things that I wanted to document yesterday, and I wasn't sure if I could find parking. So what I actually did was parked on the shoulder of the road and put my four-way flashers on. It'll do the trick, at least for just a couple minutes. There's 3 things here. Well, there was actually 2, but I found a 3rd thing I wanted to document real fast. One of them is this amazing looking place. Would you look at this? Look at this place. Wow. Look at the size of that catfish. This place just blew me away when I passed by. Look at this. It makes me feel like I'm right at home. Places that usually sit right off the side of the road, and I can never stop. If you look, like I'm parked. That's a no parking. It's a 2-lane road. I'm just taking up 1 full lane. But I have to stop and check this out. This isn't the only thing I'm going to check out here, but it's just these artists, these local artists. They have them in every town. Every town across America, you find these local artists and artisan shops. This one here just happens to be some sort of metal worker. And one of the things that made me want to stop was this. Look at that sign. That is cool. It's kind of 3D. You can't see it now, but if you look back, so they highlighted the back of it and then put it. It's kind of a 3D sign. It just caught my eye. Yes, you caught my eye too, Mr. Goat. You caught my eye too. One of the other things I want to document is across the road. Sometimes even these small towns can get pretty busy traffic-wise. So you kind of have to look both ways. And then you'll make it across the road safely. And just in the nick of time. Yeah, so last night when I came over here to park and get ready to get loaded, I also noticed something way off in the distance on the shoulder of the road. And now, as I'm walking up to said object, I see something else. Look at this. Not only is there a nice little walking trail through the forest and a little beautiful bench, it overlooks a noisy river. I mean, the river's not noisy, but the road behind me is. But look at that view. If the road wasn't right here with that noise pollution, this would be an awesome place to just kind of relax and reflect. Just sitting right here on this bench, overlooking this amazing river. I think it's a river, could be a lake. Cool is this trail is really mushy. It's wood. It's all wood chips, all pushed together by like a four-wheeler, like a little 4-tracks. And they just probably pile up mounds of it and kind of spread it out and make a cool little trail. It's kind of soft. I mean, you wouldn't want to jog on this. You'd trip and bust your butt. But just walking this trail just a little bit, you come across this pretty amazing looking piece of art. Thing is put together with all sorts of craziness. Check out what this is made of. You can't see this really from the road. Some sort of farming equipment, some kind of hoe. Well, 2 of them actually. There's one there and one here. All sorts. I don't even know what half this stuff is. I mean, I know that's a pot of some kind. What is this dangerous looking thing? What in the heck is that used for? And that looks like something from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What is this? What is this? What's this? I feel like Jack Skeleton. What's this? What's this? Look at some of this stuff. It looks medieval. Pretty cool looking structure. I definitely do not know what this represents, but it was a pretty amazing find as I was driving around. Ooh, look up here. They even have an old San Diego Chargers kid pulley wagon thingy. Something else down the road. It's just an ice cream parlor, but it's kind of amazing looking. But I think I'm going to save that for the next trip because I would have to pull out my Segway and go down the sidewalk a little ways. I kind of wanted to hit this little area because it's pretty much directly across the street from the first thing that caught my eye. So next time I come up here, I have a feeling we're going to be up here more than once. We'll check out that amazing ice cream parlor. Hopefully there'll be a little bit of snow on the ground. Again, one last look at whatever that is. A few miles down the road, well actually more than a few, about 20 miles down the road from where I just was, where you guys just see me, in kind of rustic, rural Minnesota. Come to a major city, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Look at that. Look at the size of those buildings. Yeah, some things are really great in rural America. Not only the small Main Street USA towns. Very little congestion. I think that's what I love most about those type of towns. I also like the architecture in a lot of small towns, but there's things to be said about the architecture in major U.S. cities too. You're not going to see buildings like that on Main Street USA, no matter where you are. That is impressive. Most impressive. Another thing I kind of like that cities have is extremely long underpasses. Like this one. This thing is long. I mean, for an underpass. Let's go ahead. Count the seconds. Starting now. Count. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Don't cheat. Come on, I know you're cheating. Hold it just a little bit longer. Come on, guys. Hold that breath. Hold it. Wow. Wow. You're good. You're freaking way better than me. I gave up at the beginning. Okay. Okay. Exhale. Doggone long overpass. Oh, get out of my truck. It's time to do some fueling. I've already got the pump in there. I'm just kind of hanging out. I'm going to do a quick walk around. I really don't have too much to drive today. I thought I did. They actually gave me enough time on this trip to kind of possibly do a little bit of exploring if I can find anything else. In the old days, we didn't have all this on the pumps. We didn't have all this computer stuff that we have to type in to be able to get fuel. Back in the old days, we kind of just did this. We get over here. I'm sorry about the noise. I cannot shut that off. But what we would do is we just pick up this phone, tell the front desk inside the fuel station our trailer number, our truck number, and that we would bring in everything, all the information when we were done fueling, and they just authorize the pump. They don't do that anymore. Now you have your cards and you put them in and type in everything. Things have really changed since the days when I first started driving. Better, some for worse. Are there any bugs on my grill? Is there any bugs? Wow, that's a first. Nothing. You notice I have 2 fuel tanks. This is for people that don't know about trucks. I have 2 fuel tanks, one on each side of my truck. Most truck stops and most gas stations, when you put fuel in, you pull up to a certain spot and you put the hose in one side, start pumping, and then you come to the other side and grab the other pump or the hose and run it back to your trailer, or not the trailer. There was somebody walking. I got nervous talking on camera. I'm sorry, but you'd walk it back, open up the tank, and fill up the second tank. But it seems like when you come up north here, a lot of the fuel stops don't do that. You fill up the one tank on the one side like I'm doing now, then I'd have to pull forward maybe 10 feet to put this hose in. You would think that they would be even, that the pumps would be even, but they're not. Which means I'm only going to put fuel in one tank. And I'm actually thinking about backing out just because of that building still sitting there. Well, now that I'm out of Minnesota and into Wisconsin, I figured it is time to get some lunch. Would you look at that? All that healthy good, well, I don't know if it's all healthy. Actually, after I'm done putting this on it, it's probably not going to be healthy at all. But I have not been eating too much the last couple days. Been trying to curb my enthusiasm. Boy, I ripped that off and it wasn't enough, I guess. Wasn't enough. I've been curbing my food intake a little bit. Ooh, that looks good. That looks mighty tasty. I haven't been eating as much as I normally do. Trying to get back into fighting shape, if you will. Pouring dressing and stuff on a salad isn't going to help me much. I really am tired of fast food, and it's so hard to get decent, healthy food out here on the road sometimes. Just picking up a salad is your only option, especially if you're trying to lose a little bit of weight. One of the reasons is, well, device position, error, turn off device, and repossession. I'll do that in a minute, DJI. But one of the main reasons, well, I'm kind of courting or dating, I guess, if you will. So that's a good reason to try and eat healthy, and you want to stay alive a little bit longer. I mean, I know I do. Another reason is my Segway. You have to be a certain weight to ride a Segway. And so I have like a 5-pound leeway of my Segway right now. I'd like to get down 10 to 15 pounds below that. So, getting messages. Hear that? The Segway Mini Pro has a weight limit of 200 pounds. And you know, I don't want to put any undue stress on the motors or anything else. I want my Segway to last a while. It's a pretty big investment if you're going to purchase something like that. I mean, it's not really outrageously priced, but it's up there to where you don't want to buy one every month. So I'm trying to keep my weight below that 200 mark, and I'm hovering between 195 and 197. I'd like to get down into the 180s. That way I don't have no worries. And I figure eating healthy isn't going to hurt me specifically, and it will definitely not hurt when I travel around on my Segway. It's stupid excuses, I know. What guy eats this for lunch? That was a pretty decent little vegetarian style lunch, I guess. Not too bad. Not your average truck driver food. It gave me a full 30-minute break, which gave me 4 hours and 50 minutes of drive time available now. Bad, not bad. Throw this out as I'm getting images on my devices. I do definitely need to at least put this device most of the time on airplane mode. It would be pretty wise because this seems to be becoming my #1 camera. Goodbye, trash. Goodbye. I will be getting my Osmo back from Jen Vargas. I just got off the phone with her about an hour ago, letting her know that I'll be home and in the area on the 11th, and kind of gave her a what's up, a heads up on exactly what is going on. So she said she's gonna bring my Osmo back over to Universal Studios and give that back to me, and I'm gonna loan her my 360-degree camera because I really don't use it that much, and she'll probably get more use out of it than I do. So I do a quick walk around to the truck before I head out of here. So I will be getting my Osmo back because there's a couple things I want to document while I'm home with Stephanie. You know, she's gonna be coming down. Or that's the first time anybody's heard her name. Stephanie is going to be coming down from Boise, Idaho. And then when she flies back on Sunday, I want to have my Osmo because there's actually 3 big events happening that weekend. One is Dueling Dragons at Universal Studios is going to be no more. They're gone on the 13th. They're taking it out, putting a whole new Harry Potter themed ride in. And so I want to check that out, but I'll take Stephanie to check that out. And on the 13th, that same day, at Disney, 2 different theme parks at Disney, starting with MGM Studios, or Hollywood Studios, Disney Hollywood, whatever you want to call it. I call it MGM. The final day of the attraction, the Great Movie Ride, is disappearing. It's going to be gone forever, and they're going to update it and put a new Mickey Mouse theme ride in, which is supposedly, from what D23 looks like, it's going to be pretty incredible. But they're going to have some limited edition Goodbye Great Movie Ride t-shirts coming out, so I want to grab one of those. And then over at Epcot, the Ellen DeGeneres and Bill Nye ride, Universe Energy, that's its last day also. So I figured, while Steph's with me, we'll do the Dueling Dragons over at Harry Potter, and then Monday, because I'm going to be staying the night again at the resort, El Solo, wishing she didn't get back on the plane flying back to Idaho. I'm going to wake up Monday morning, head over to MGM Studios, and I'll probably go to Epcot first and do the Universal Energy, document that, and then head over to the Great Movie Ride, where I'm expecting a very large crowd, a very huge, large crowd saying goodbye to that attraction, because everybody loves that attraction. Though nobody's going to miss it. But I want to document it, the crowds and all the fun stuff. And I don't want to use my telephone so much as I want to use my regular Osmo. So she's going to be giving that back to me, and I'll let her borrow the 360. Yes, I definitely need to put this on airplane mode. Well, it looks like my fuel is good. My tires are good. Everything is looking A-okay. I'm going to go ahead and end today's daily vlog and continue on through the city of Chicago. I probably shouldn't be recording walking by the motor like this, but I'm going to. You guys can handle that sound. You're used to it by now. And find a place to park and continue on in the morning. I got a full day tomorrow, and I should only have about 300 miles left to go to get to where I need to be. And then Monday morning I pick up a load going right back to Orlando. So I don't know how long I'm going to be there for, if it's just a quick drop and go and head back out until the 11th, but we'll see. Anyway guys, thanks for watching today's video. I will talk to you on the next one. I love you all. I'm getting ready. Peace out, everybody.